hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Cutting Classes. As if marami na tayong episodes. But anyway, today I will be joined by two female musicians from our very own Batch 96. Well, we all know that a girl becomes 10 times more attractive if she can sing or play an instrument. That's exact science. 10 times. Not 8, not 11, exactly 10. As usual, we will be talking about how they got started sa music, their favorite musical performances in CSA, and syempre, everyone's favorite kung sino yung mga crush nila ng high school. Okay, so my first guest is one of the very, very few girls from CSA who could play guitar. And she even had an all-female band no Batch 96. So everyone, please welcome si Miss Mylene Castel, but now she's like Mylene Castel Ferolino. Okay, Mylene.
Ayun, naka-unmute na.
Hi,
Hello.
Mylene.
Hi, Mark.
Thank you so much, Mylene. Super quick lang, para lang alam ng mga tao. You are where now? You're not in the Philippines.
Well, I'm based in the US now. We live in Memphis, Tennessee. So this is, the city of blues, although I'm not a musician here.
Perfect. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so thank you for taking the time. Okay, so yung second guest ko naman, my second guest is one of the best singers from CSA. And she even has an album out. And she sang, nung fourth year tayo, she sang for the best band sa Batch 96. And yeah, that would be our band. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's please welcome si Miss Ina Veloso. Now she's Mrs. Ina Veloso Lai.
What's up, CSA? Hi, Mark. Hi, Mylene. How are you?
Hello,
Hi,
Ina.
Thanks for joining. Ina, so people know that you're not in the Philippines then, di ba?
Yeah, I'm in San Diego now. Yeah, so we just moved here from Hawaii a year ago. So, yeah, it's been pretty good.
So, see guys, isipin niyo yung mga guests natin, they took the time. They're both in the US now. Magkaiba pa sila ng time zones. Yet they're doing this for you guys. See, not for you. So, all right. So maybe first of all, I'd like to say thank you so much. Did I say thank you na ba kanina? But anyway, I'll just say thanks again. Okay. So
thanks for having us.
So it's nice to see you guys. I think si Mylene, last time I saw you was I think high school. I don't think
High school pa.
Yeah. So
Yeah, maybe graduation pa yun. I think the last time. Pero ang pinaka na-remember ko yung last performance ninyo sa CSA, I think, as a band. Yung last time we saw each other.
Okay. Well, si Ina naman, last time I saw her was college. I think you visited LaSalle the time then or something. I don't know, because she was like going out with someone from LaSalle. But anyway, so yeah, so si Mylene probably like 25 years ago, si Ina like 22 years. So, but it's nice to see you guys. You guys still look great. Okay. So, okay,
Yeah,
tapos
you
na
guys
tayo.
still look the
Yeah.
same.
Okay, so tapos na yung
Ina
bolahan
didn't
part
change.
tapos na yung bolahan part ng show. Okay, so
mga kalokohan na high school.
no, but yeah, kasi I want to focus more on music because well, medyo yun lang naman yung alam ko ng high school. But so, let's get started. Oh, Mylene, did you want to say something?
No, I think that's something a lot of us share in common nung time na yun. It's like everyone wanted to play some instrument, listen to some kind of music. So it's really nice to talk about it, and especially now, whenever we listen to those 90s music, goes back to high school days. So it's really fun. Yeah, especially that episode you had before, the Sabado nights.
Thank you.
It's really
Thank you.
cool.
Yeah, that
Thank
was
you.
really fun.
Wait, so speaking of music now, so let's start with Mylene. Mylene, how did you start, kasi konti lang yung nag-guitar ng mga girls, di ba? So how did you start playing music? When and what inspired you?
Yeah. Actually, just a note, I never became a musician. So, but during high school, that was like one of the things I really wanted to do. Kasi nung time na yun, like girls would usually play the piano and or sing or dance or be a cheerleader, ganyan. So they have to be pretty and everything. So in my case, I never wanted to do things that girls do. So I think playing the guitar was a little different. And that time, sobrang uso yung mga rock music. So it started like listening to Led Zeppelin because my brother really listens to these hard rock songs and he had a collection of things, but he never lets me touch them. But whenever he plays them, I get to listen to them. So yun, nakikinig, and then later on, yun, yung 90s rock na sobrang nag-boom talaga siya. It was, and then grunge came. Tapos sabi ko, at first I was just listening, and then later I realized, oh, I should be playing an instrument and not just listen. And so actually I learned piano when I was like 6, but since nga I've always thought it's a girl thing, I always cried whenever I go to my piano lesson. So when I grew older, I learned, I knew I wanted to play the guitar just because boys do it. So I feel like I'm one of them, and parang, it's something different from others. So yeah, I think that kind, and yun nga, I had this tab ng Stairway to Heaven yata nung time na yun. So I bought this guitar magazine with Stairway to Heaven na tab. Tapos sabi ko, I wanted to play this. Tapos, so I enrolled in guitar classes one summer, and then that summer was, so actually what I learned was not was a classical guitar. So my teacher was a classical guitar player. So I kind of read notes and tab and those things. So it's really a little more challenging, pero yun, it was a different training. Tapos syempre, different siya sa rock and roll, tsaka playing electric guitar. And my mom didn't want to buy an electric guitar. So, yeah. So I think that started my interest in guitar and, learning it and, trying to be one of the boys.
That's cool, man. Like,
Yeah.
but what year was this?
Yeah, so I think I enrolled on, I think, second year high school summer, and then I met Ina third year. She also wanted to learn guitar, so the two of us have been like talking about like being in a band for a long. I think she forgot about it, but she was like,
I'm sure she forgot a lot of stuff then, but yeah,
yeah.
other stuff. So that's cool to hear, Mylene. Thanks for sharing us yung just a quick recap lang nung musical journey or how you started. And it's cool, you stuck with it, or at least during high school you did. So
Yeah.
and it's really refreshing then to see a girl who can play guitar. Diba?
Trying hard, I was trying hard kasi all you guys were so good. Tapos intimidated talaga ako kasi you guys can play the lead parts. That's I was stuck with the rhythm because I didn't really have an electric guitar. I had to borrow your guitar or Moy's guitar so I can like practice a little bit of lead. Tapos parang I never, intimidating talaga yung talent ng guys. But it was nice because you guys were very accommodating sa amin. You were trying to teach us too that time.
Yeah, those were like fun days. So thanks, Mylene. Now naman, let's just move to Ina. Ina, so when did you start singing, and can you just share us yung ano din yung nag-inspire sa'yo?
Well, first of all, I want to say Mylene was such a badass. Like, I just remember her like in front of this band, like with her face like down and her hair was all like long, and she was just like shredding, and she started singing. And when I saw that, I was like, wow, I was so impressed. Like,
Nagpakulot ako
I was like thinking, how did I end up with this guy group? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, nagpakulot ako ng hair noon kasi I had long hair. Tapos hindi mo kang rocker masyado. So, nagpakulot ako ng ganun. Tapos kailangan di ako nagsusuklay. You look.
Yeah. Basta, ang
Dapat cool ka eh, di ba? Cool girl.
yeah, sobrang cool, sobra. Well, anyway, yeah, that was like really fun memory I have of Mylene. I guess for me, singing was always a part of me from the beginning when I was a little girl. I think I learned how to sing before I could speak full sentences. That's how I learned. Yeah, so I just always wanted to sing, and I just never really had the guts to really come out to like later in high school, I think. But I have memories of me. You remember flag ceremony? Like, do you remember that in grade school? And I think I went up there and sang the national anthem one time, and I was like so pumped. You know, I was like,
So that was the first time.
you know, I got to sing in front of everyone. But yeah, it was like, that's when I really knew that I was like, wow, like this really gives me a lot of energy, like just being up there and singing and hearing myself, like, hearing my voice go out there. Like, it was just, yeah, just adrenaline rush for me. So, yeah. So I guess, yeah, it was always a part of me since I was a kid.
All right, cool. And since you mentioned na nga na you sang sa flag ceremony, so do you guys remember yung first time na you guys performed, yun nga, like in public sa CSA, like in a group? So, Ina, am I correct? That was the first time you sang in front of...
Yeah, well, in school, yeah.
In school, yeah.
Yeah.
So we
In
were
school.
grade school.
Grade school, yeah.
Mylene, what about you?
I think fourth year high school na yata nung finally nabuo yung band eh. So, yeah,
So prior to that, you never performed?
I think recitals, guitar recitals. I did a couple, so you have to play some classical piece, pero not with others. So usually parents lang naman nanonood. But I think for the band, it was like later in the senior year.
Oh, okay. So, um, speaking of that, do you guys have any favorite performances na you did sa CSA? Na you can remember na parang, hey, that was fun or that was memorable. Ina, you want to start?
Okay. Sure. I think when I just broke the ice, it was probably the last performance was when we did Alanis. Did we do You Outta Know?
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, so we did that, and I thought probably that was the best one that I did, or just the best feeling I had, coming out of it. So, yeah, it was really fun.
That's nice.
Yeah, with you guys.
You, favorite performance sa CSA?
I think yung nag-perform kami sa theater nung I think song ng Hole yun. Yung hiniram ko yung guitar mo tapos naputol ko yung string. Kasi feel ko yung pag-strum ko noon. Tapos naputol ko yung string. So yun. Memorable yun.
Wait, after the performance or during?
After the performance, I realized na putol na yung isang string.
So,
Sabi ko, maingay naman. Merong chorus siya. So may effects. So hindi halata. Pero putol na pala yung string. And then I gave it to Mark. Tapos galit na galit si Mark kasi putol na yung string. But it was really funny. So, sobrang fun yung performance. Kasi feel na namin. I think you guys performed also that time. And Ina, sobrang galing ni Ina kumanta. Sobrang bilib na bilib talaga kami. Sobrang Alanis ka talaga. And anything she sings, sobrang laging, parang you just give her a song and then she'll sing it really well. And I don't know, but nag-change yung voice mo every time you sing. Parang you always can sing any song.
Oh, thanks.
So impressive.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, you had that impression.
Diba, Mark? He's really like really awesome.
He ca-
Well, I guess because I sang Dream Theater. I mean, what?
Yeah, you sang Dream Theater, right?
The guy has a higher range than I did.
You know what I didn't realize pala? Is that, yeah, may towel pala dun sa likod ko. But anyway. But yeah, I remember no fourth year, like I wasn't like really close kay Ina nun. Like I knew she could sing because I remember seeing her, I think second year, like in a song contest. Am I correct? You joined like a song contest.
I did.
I think so because I think
Yeah,
I was,
yeah, yeah. I joined a few like OPM and like I don't know, baka OPM lang ata. So yeah, and then basta Nicole Haviliana always like beat my ass. Like she was so good. Too bad she's not here because she was she's probably still singing because she has such a great voice.
yeah, I actually invited her. So nag-decline siya dun sa, I think she's busy and stuff like that. So which is okay, understandable. But
I am.
yeah, I remember. Yeah, I think that was OPM. I think that's the first time I saw you sing, and I think kalaban mo rin doon, like si Byungju, was Byungju there? I think like he sang Why
Yeah,
Can't It.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he
He's
sang Why Can't It Be,
Mm.
right?
And then time na yun, like Byungju was my boy. He's like kasi classmates kami, and he's like the original BTS. So. And then so I was like, yeah, Byung, you got this, bro. And then, so si Ina started singing. I was like, ooh, you know, I'm rooting for her now. And I think that is your mom. I think your mom watched.
probably I'm
Because I
guessing.
remember, parang I was just standing sa back, and then when they announced the winners and stuff, and I was like, parang out loud, I was like, hey, I think that Ina girl should have won. And then parang like, I think that was your mom. She was like, right, diba? See? Like yeah,
Aw.
for sure, man, for sure. I don't know. Or it could be a stranger, diba? Parang, who are you? But anyway, so yun yung first time na nakita ko si Ina. And then when we became classmates, no fourth year, she was like part of the, she was like the cool kid and stuff, diba? Like the mestiza that everyone had a crush on. So I was like, oh, I'm not talking to this girl. So, but then, Ina, I'm curious pala, how did you get into Dream Theater? Because that was the time that I was like, okay, now you have my attention. You
I
listen to
wasn't
Dream
into
Theater?
it. You asked me to sing it.
No, but you made, I asked you because we ended up talking about Dream Theater. Tapos you even made me borrow this live at the Marquee Dream Theater audio tape. And I was like, oh man, so I talked to like sila Paolo Manuel na, dude, you guys want to know how cool Ina is? She listens to Dream Theater. So then we kind of formulated the plan na, I think she can sing it. I think she can sing it. So you don't remember that? Na, I didn't influence you to listen to Dream Theater, that's for sure.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't know. I had a bunch of tapes. I can't remember. Sorry.
So, well, yeah, Sabay, one of the many things that you don't remember. But yeah, that was that's why we asked Tina to sing for us. And it worked. It worked, diba? But, we played
I
like,
wish we had the recording, Saya.
I'm
so
sure we do. And
There should be. I think Paolo records all your.
He
I
does?
think practice. He has like these tapes. Ewan ko
mga
lang
cassette,
how to play
yeah.
them. Yeah, the cassette. He kept recording. Maybe we should like check out his room again.
Yeah, like Mylene, diba? Like, by the way, who were your bandmates pala, Mylene, nung fourth year? Kasi it was an all-girl band. Can you tell us more about that?
Kasi siya, syempre gusto namin maging singer si Ina, kaya lang di kami magaling tumugtog. So, syempre, binigay namin si Ina sa inyo kasi she's a really good singer. Kawawa naman siya sa amin. Pero, ano, Addie Wihanko played the drums. Kasi that time, Paolo was teaching her a little bit of drums and then sabi namin, oh, sige, kaya mo pumalo. Okay, let's play. Ikaw ang drummer. Tapos, Annalyn Borromeo, she didn't play an instrument then, pero we thought like, okay, bass, it's easier to at least learn the bass kasi mga grunge na music, medyo ano naman, manageable yung bass, so easier to learn it. So she played the bass, and then we found Love, who's also very interested with rock music. Sobrang metal na metal yun eh. Heavy metal talaga. Ang daming magazines ng heavy metal nun. Tapos kamukha niya si Alanis. So sabi namin, ayan, pwede, kamukha mo si Alanis, di ba? Pwede yan. Tapos pero she sounds like Courtney Love. So sabi namin, sige, Courtney Love ka, pero kamukha mo si Alanis. So cute yun. Hindi all-girl band. Tapos ito yung nakakatawa, we were thinking of a name. Tapos medyo weird yung name namin. Ewan ko, pero medyo we're called MBA. I think
Mylene,
people
remind
never...
lang kita, general patronage yung show natin.
MBA, pero hidden na yung meaning nun. MBA lang. alam mo yata, Mark yun, Ikaw yata nagbigay ng name na yan, eh.
Of course not.
Pero MBA, yun. Basta yun ang name namin. Pero, no, wala kaming sinasabing name every time kasi nga, bastos yata yung name, eh. Parang there's a...
but
Hindi pwedeng sabihin sa Catholic school. So,
pero scientific, biological term naman yung ginamit.
Biological term. Oo. Yeah, I think biological term. It's not, na lang nila. It's called, massive breast attack. Pero, yung mga bandmates ko lang yung may future. Ako lang yata yung wala. Sila lang yun. So, I don't know who gave that name. Tapos, wala lang. And then, so we always called ourselves parang MBA. Pero, yun nga, they didn't know the meaning. Pero, yun nga. Tinatanong yung meaning.
That is such a cool band name.
Another thing pala na interested ako to know the answer sa inyong dalawa. Because, I know there's a little bit of stereotype when it comes to girls and what they listen to. Diba? And it's very unusual, or not a lot of girls, especially in time natin, na nakikinig sa, like rock and heavy metal. So, what attracted you girls dun sa type of music na yun?
I think, nga yun lang, kasi it's been playing in the radio so often then, that time. Tapos parang ang daming bands coming in. Tapos yun nga, you're right about that. Wala masyadong girls na band nun. Tapos parang medyo weird pag yung girl is, parang part of a rock band. Parang hindi But now, it's like, you see them more commonly yung mga 25 years ago. Hindi masyado, diba?
No, actually, even just listening to rock music, there weren't a lot of girls into that kind of music.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah, Ina, diba?
I was listening to a lot of, I had like Guns N' Roses, and I was playing like November Rain on the piano. I think it's like one of my jams. And then in the house, I never played it outside. And then, GNR, U2, I had like Green Day, I don't know, just like Nirvana. Yeah, I don't know. I listened to a lot of rock for sure. And then later, I think I got into Led Zepp and then the Beatles. And yeah, but that was like later.
So si Ina mentioned a few bands and stuff. Mylene, ikaw, specifically, what bands and music were you into?
I think nung time na yun, favorite ko talaga yung Megadeth that time kasi gusto ko si Dave Mustaine. Pero na-realize ko parang yung sound nila, they're pare-pareho pala yung sound ng maraming songs nila. Pero that time I feel like they're so different. So I really like Dave Mustaine, and yeah, you mentioned Mark. He's so old now. He looks like a grandfather.
Looks like
Pero that
Gandalf.
time, yeah, Gandalf. Pero yun, Metallica was also like one of my favorites. Tapos, yun nga, Led Zeppelin was, syempre yung songs nila, classic talaga yun. And, tsaka ano, Smashing Pumpkins, ang naalala ko si Ina, I think, you sang all the songs in that last, like, that album that they released that time. I remember your band kept, like, playing them.
What?
Yeah.
It was me,
Smashing
no.
Pumpkins ba? Did he?
No,
I remember.
probably not
Baka
our
iba na
band.
yung singer niya. Oh, okay.
Definitely not my band. Or not me.
Yeah.
I love the album for sure. I mean, when they came out. But yeah. That was
Yeah.
it.
And I think, yeah, yun. 10,000 Maniacs, I really like
Oh,
them.
yeah.
So, yeah. Pero syempre, we can't just play that. So, gusto ko lang, pero, they're really a lot of cool music that time. Parang sabay-sabay sila. Tapos it's hard to know and, maging aware ka sa lahat ng songs nila in an album because you have to buy the entire album to listen to all the songs. Usually you just listen to the radio. So kung ano yung i-release nila sa radio, yun lang yung kind of alam mo from that band. Pero nowadays, you could have like the whole playlist, the whole album and listen and appreciate all the songs. So, parang mix yung mga gusto mong bands before.
Mhm. So now, di ba, like, how does music, like, up to now, di ba, na parang, do you guys listen to newer stuff now? Again, no judgment, okay? But like iba na rin yung mga musical tastes natin. I'm more into R&B now, okay? Or not naman.
Really? Yeah, right.
I mean, I appreciate it. I super love Usher. Like, see Usher said, he's like amazing, diba? So what about you guys? Before we, like si Ina, let's talk about this, no? Si Ina has actually made an album, and very few lang from CSA ang may albums, diba? So, can you like give us a quick, parang how from, I don't know, high school, college, and then how you ended up there, diba? Like that path, that musical journey, because that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so, okay, let me try to make it short and sweet. So after high school, college, nothing serious until I moved to LA. And then so I was like 23 probably. And then or 25 when I formed the band. And then, and they actually like asked me to write original music. Like they said, yeah, come on, let's try it. Let's just give it a shot. And I had written like poems and like, or, just little stuff I never really thought it would be a song. And then I guess one night after like a lot of alcohol and we started jamming and it just like came out. Like, I started singing something that was just purely mine. And then we just started experimenting from there. And I was with that band for like, I would say like 5 years. So, and we would gig around LA, like anywhere we can get it. I had really good experience, like performing live and in front of, an audience So anyway, after I had to be really focused on architecture because that was my career, it was only later until after I got married in Hawaii. And then my husband was like, hey, I know you really love music. Like maybe you should like just try it, like give it a shot. Like, because I wanted to quit my job at that time. I was like, I'm not really happy with my work right now. And he said, well, why don't you try it for a year? Like, he said, I'll support you. And that was kind of scary for me, because I was always like financially independent and just kind of used to my own lifestyle. And he's like, don't worry, like we're going to be fine, but you have to try music, like, before it's too late. So he said, just try it for a year. And doesn't work out, then forget it. At least you said you can try it. So you tried it. So I did, and so I just quit my job, and I made like a schedule, like like timeline and goals, like I had like, okay, by like write a song a day, or like just because I didn't have any content. So, but I also did a lot of studying. Like I went to like songwriting workshops and things like that. So and I met like musicians along the way. So then I ended up I ended up having like a network of people that could, give me advice and, play my music, actually like try it out. So that would worked out really well. And yeah, it was just so interesting how like everything kind of like fell into place. Like once I like put my dream out there, like, okay, I'm gonna go for it. And then people came and like, supported my music, and they're like, yeah, you got something there. Like I had a lot of really good support, and especially from my husband, like, and finally I was like, okay, I met the right producer, and I had like a handful of good songs, and out of like gazillions of, I was like, I think these are really good. And it was a Christian genre, by the way, because I needed like the backup from God. Like I really needed like I needed my faith to guide me, like to say like, you can do this. So, and that was what was coming out at that time, like naturally. Like I would try to write like secular music, like fun like stuff, but it just wasn't working. But every time I did like, the more spiritual route, it just like came out. So, and you can't control that. It's like magic, it comes from somewhere, from upstairs. So yeah, and I finally like made an album, but then right after I got pregnant. So I had a baby, and then so I had to stop gigging, and syempre I had to focus on my child. So I wasn't able to really like promote it. Like I had all these like plans for it, and like I had just wanted to like tour in different churches, or like anywhere, like sell it to like Christian churches. I don't care, whatever, basta Christian, or it doesn't have to be Catholic. But at least I have that, and now it's like every time like I have that, like like it's part of my resume, I guess, that like, hey, this is what I can do. I'm capable of doing this, and if you want to listen, here it is. So it's like I have this like it's definitely an achievement that I'm proud of. And
Speaking of the album, pala, how can we get a hold of this album? Where can we buy it to support and to listen? And especially yung mga first, I think nung minention mo na, you're married na, I think like half of the guys just logged off now. They stopped watching already. So they're like, so, but for the rest of the guys, yung mga nandito pa rin, where can we get your album?
Okay, so it's on my website, or it's on Spotify, and it's on Czarina del Mar and Spotify.
Got it. Thanks, man. I'm like super proud of you, super proud of Paulo Manuel, because I'm like, wow,
Galing.
my singer and my drummer, they have albums out, and I have nothing. But for me, kasi lahat ng achievement ng mga taga CSA, especially my friends, I kind of feel that it's also my achievement. I'm like, yeah, man, I always am very supportive, especially if I know they're good people. So, Ina, yeah, congrats. That's pretty awesome. That's
Congrats, Ina.
Thank you. Yeah, please
Galing.
listen to it. Maybe, yeah, you're gonna, get some, I don't know, like an uplifting message or something from it.
for sure. Now, si Mylene naman, I know you didn't really continue music that much or anymore, but I know na your kids are actually into music. They play like instruments. So You want to tell us more about that? Ano ba, tinransfer mo ba yung music talaga?
Yeah, transferred yata yung frustration mo sa music. Well, actually, we started like um letting them play with instruments early on. That's discover the instrument first if they like it or not. So, the first thing so my son, when he was 6, we let him play the violin, and then he was a left-handed. So the hard thing about string instruments when you're a left-handed, um, kailangan gawin mo yung right-handed. So you'll have to switch it. So it was very frustrating for a 6-year-old to do that. So talagang hirap na hirap siya. Pero we were kind of more encouraging with him, and eventually he realized, like when he was 9 years old, he realized he really loved the cello. So he moved to from violin playing cello, and then until now he's playing the cello. He's played in with some professional symphonies already. So he played with Memphis Symphony Orchestra one time, and then like played with some cellists already here. So he's training to be an orchestra player also, and a soloist. Pero, and he also became interested with piano, so he's learning a bit of piano and guitar kasi he likes listen. So the funny thing is he listens to cello music, pero hindi siya masyadong into that. He likes Japanese rock music, so he's trying to learn guitar because of that. So, we just let them play around with any instrument. As once he really likes an instrument, we try to encourage, because yun yung, I think that's my frustration when I was younger. My mom didn't want me to play guitar kasi nga it's not common for girls. Tapos I feel like if you bought an electric guitar for me, I would probably be a good guitar player or something. And then, so my daughter is, she was inspired by her brother. So she started way earlier. So she started playing the violin when she was 4. And then now she's like exploring other instruments too. Pero I think one thing yun nga, siguro frustration ko, and I want it also na parang yung kids ko would be exposed to it and love music. Whatever music they play, it's all the same. Like, and also they play in the church. So my son also plays the cello in the church. So yan, volunteer lang in a choir. So you know you do some community service and like share your music. So I think it's a good thing whether they do it as their profession or just for a hobby. Or and sometimes I always tell them that if you know how to play an instrument later in life, you meet people and then you find something common that both of you play this instrument or listen to this kind of music, you can connect right away. So music is something that I feel like is something that kids really have to have and until they grow up. So yun, frustration then part of it.
No,
Talaga.
but man, that's pretty awesome. That's an awesome story, especially.
Your daughter is a good player too.
Oh,
Girl
thanks.
guitar player talaga.
Thanks.
Yun yung dream ko maging.
But just like me, she can just play guitar solos, but really is bad sa mga rhythm guitar playing. So
I can't even play a solo.
but speaking of which, I don't. Okay, I'm like turning 43, so I kind of forgot. Did we talk about ano now yung mga music na pinapakinggan ninyo? Like, did we talk about that already or not yet? I think I kind of cut that. So, Mylene, any music na more current music na pinapakinggan mo now?
Yeah, weird kasi medyo since nga my son is playing a lot of classical, I learned to listen to like, Bach music, Tchaikovsky and all this like classical music. Parang I think yun medyo na-expose, and ngayon K-pop. I'm into K-pop. It's just like fun to listen to, and of course like any music, I think wala na ako masyadong preference sa music. Like any upbeat song is really nice to listen to, and then you try to play it on the guitar. And now my son is like listening to Japanese rock songs. He's got a playlist and he's sharing it to me, so I'm trying to listen to his music para may connection kaming dalawa. So yeah, no preference right now.
Ina, what about you?
Let's see. Currently, I'm listening to her. Have you guys heard of HER? Yeah. So
She also plays guitar,
yeah,
no?
really good. Yeah, she's half black, half Pinay. She's like slaying it right now with all her awards, and yeah, she's just doing really well. And then I like her. I like Billie Eilish. I like Alicia Keys. Like the latest album was pretty good. Anything from like Sufjan Stevens to like reggae, like coffee, or depending on where I need inspiration and what genre, yeah, what mood I'm in. So yeah. So,
Yeah.
but those are the most current.
Because I think that, diba, like parang the older we get, I know, syempre, just like with a lot of things, when we were younger, we didn't know better, parang we always had preferences lang. But, some music, diba, later on, you kind of just figure na parang, well, good music will always be good music. It doesn't matter what genre it is. Kaya it's so funny because first time ko nga marinig yung Butter by BTS, diba? Like, I think a couple of weeks ago. And I really loved yung song structure niya and, how they sang it, how the parts changed. So, um, but then, I also still like a lot of guitar-driven music, diba? But again, diba, parang good music will always be good music, and bad music will always be bad music, diba? Parang, so, speaking of which, I know, it's getting a little bit late, Jan. So, just out of curiosity then, like, no high school ba tayo, whether it's from our batch or from other batches, may mga nag-inspire ba sa inyo ng mga musicians then from CSA? Or parang, did you look at them parang in some way, parang rivals that pushed you to become better, whether like sa guitar or singing? Did you guys have any of those na nag-inspire sa inyo just to get better? Ina, you
Yeah,
want to start?
yeah. So actually, when I really wanted to learn how to play the guitars from when I saw Angela Home, she also inspired me to play piano actually. So she was really good at piano, and then I remember, sorry Ange, but I remember she had a crush on this guy, lower batch dude, and then she was asking him to teach her how to play guitar, and I was like, what? You can do that? So, and then I would kind of like just sit down and watch him teach her during like lunch break or recess. And I was like, wow, that looks really cool. So he would always bring his guitar, and then so yeah, so I think that influenced me to pick up a guitar or like really take my piano seriously. So yeah, so it was definitely Ange. I don't even know if she knows this, but yeah, Angela Home.
So hindi ba natin pwede sabihin yung name ng guitar player? Because I'm like always curious to sa mga guitar players from CSA. I'm always like, let's see. So can we name it? No, we can't.
Yeah, really good guitar.
Like Dream Theater, good. But anyway, okay. So
Kasing galing ba ni Mark?
hindi naman yun yung ina-apply ko.
Kasing galing ni Mark.
Yeah, hindi kasing galing.
Hindi naman yun yung ina-apply ko. No, but
we're like Steve Vai or like, crazy guitarist type guy.
but Mylene, what about you? Like, did you have like a musician from CSA na you're like, hey,
Actually, lahat kayo, yun. Lahat kayo magagaling mag-guitar. Siyempre, inspiration yan. Kasi, I think you, Jameer, like you guys were like playing guitar before. Madami pa actually, yung mga drummers then, they're like JJ Policarpio in third year. He was playing a lot of drums nun. Tas parang, naka-encourage lang to, play an instrument. Like, it's like most of you, like actually, as yung parang I look at you guys like as the cool guys. Kasi parang sa akin nun yung idea ko, dalawang klase lang yung guys sa school. One is like cool guys, tsaka hindi cool guys. Pag di ka nakikinig ng Metallica, hindi ka cool. So, doon ka sa, yung mga nakikinig sa mga senti songs, parang, di cool ka yun. So, I think yung mga inspiration ng time na yun, when you see people who can do things na, be creative, yun. I think, yeah, madami sa batch natin actually musicians eh. Tapos early on, elementary pa lang, nagpe-play na ng instruments. I remember sila Moy yata started early on. So, yun, parang, inspiring talaga to see you guys. And yeah, I think, yeah, big influence sa school.
So now, ito yung another question na interested ako din sa answer. No? Again, me being a guy. So, again, kunyari, like, may quadruplets. Okay, so they all look the same. Then they form the band. So one magaling na singer, isang magaling na guitar player, isang magaling na bassist, and isang magaling na drummer. So looks, equal siya lahat. Equal. So, kanino kayo mas ma-attract? Like, the singer, the guitar player, the bassist, or the drummer?
Guitar, syempre. Guitar player.
So, right now, gawin na nating official na si Mylene makes the most sense sa lahat ng mga babae from batch 96. So,
I know, no? Kasi kaming dalawa nagkakasundo kami ng guitar lang. Guitar is life.
So, yeah. But Ina, care to answer that question? Na parang, yeah.
Well, syempre ako, frontman palagi. Like, always the singer, because they're right in front of you and they're singing, like, so, but yeah, that's the first that I look at.
So, just out of curiosity, asking for a friend, anong, like, part yung guitar player? Is he like the second or the third? So, just out of curiosity lang,
Pangilan si Mark.
No personal agendas or anything. So,
definitely second.
like distant second, close second, and
Napilitan.
We twisted there.
Ang maganda dito, I can always edit this, di ba? Na para ako yung bida. So, but yeah, thanks so much. I know medyo almost 1 hour na tayo nag-usap. I know it's getting late there sa US. So, do you guys, if you guys have any questions then for each other, for me, for the batch, whatever, go ahead, please. Ina, do you want to ask anything? Or like, out of curiosity?
Well, I just want to say thank you to you and all the guys behind the CSA Forever like fundraising, and I mean, I'm sure you guys are doing this on your own free time, and I think it's great that you're doing it for a good cause, and I'm happy to be a part of it. And thank you for inviting me.
Thank you. Then also, guys, again pala, please support yung mga merchandise natin. Go to csaforever.net. Lots of cool stuff there, so please don't forget to buy. Mylene, yes.
Yeah, I also want to thank everyone, batchmates, and especially like all the activities that you guys have done, yung efforts na ginagawa niyo just to reconnect everyone, especially for us in the US. It's so hard to see you guys. Parang we only depend so much on Facebook and whatever we can see. We never see you guys physically. But this is a big thing for us, like especially now that we'll get to at least play some songs together, like as a band, kahit virtual. It really reconnects, and I think going back to high school is always a fun memory. Parang you'll never think, even the things you thought were bad moments before, when you come to think about them now, talagang they're very fun memories. And just for us being away and far from everyone, this is really wonderful. And thank you guys, sobrang thank you. Bili namin lahat ng merchandise, susuot na lang namin. Hoodies, please, paki-deliver sa US.
Thank you.
Na lang.
Thank you so much. And especially what Mylene said niya, diba? Na parang, because I feel the same way then. Parang, I look at high school as parang with fond memories na stuff na we thought were bad, diba? Na parang we thought were, parang, my world is crushed. Diba? But then now you look at it and, it's like pretty funny and fun. Kaya nga, every time na yung CSA would ask me to do like an alumni talk. So usually mga high school students. So yun yung isa sa advice na lagi ko sinasabi sa kanila na, man, just have fun. Diba? Na parang, do fun stuff. Diba? Na parang, just don't, like, put a tattoo of someone's name and don't like mutilate a body part. And that's okay. Diba? Na parang sabi ko, get your heart broken. Diba? Because later on, it's gonna be funny when you look at things, diba? And then you're like, diba? Sabi ko, anything that you take seriously now is just gonna be pretty funny later on, diba? So that's why I always love seeing, catching up with people from CSA. Kasi, diba? Parang yun yung mga best memories din natin. And of course, music played a big part dun sa memories natin na yun. So,
yeah, the playlist. Yung playlist na ginawa ni Paulo. Nostalgic yung songs doon. So when we're on a road trip, we play it. Tapos it brings back a lot of
yeah,
fun
speaking
memories.
of which,
It's really nice.
thanks din pala, like, there's some mga efforts din niya, especially si Ina. Ina's been singing a lot of songs with the quarantine band. Diba? So I've seen some of them na hindi pa pinapala sa akin. Like, wow, that's like super impressive. Diba? Na I wonder kung kailan gusto mag-Dream Theater ni Ina. But, so,
Dream Theater.
maybe never.
Request yun, yung Dream Theater.
Kaya
Para na.
But finally, I can jump in naman, diba? I was like, hey, I want to jump in on the fun. But thank you so much, Ina, man. Like, I saw some of the songs.
It was, I don't know, I guess it was just a coincidence, or I don't know, it's just that it happened to be our 25th anniversary that I was able to reconnect with, with the band or, with those guys. And they invited me to sing. And I was like, actually, yeah. And I was so excited about it. So yeah, we're just doing some fun stuff. I think we have a few more songs. Even Mylene is doing a song with them too.
Oh, so apparently ako lang pala hindi kasama.
Trying hard.
You're like,
ikaw yun sa ending yung Dream Theater, ikaw yun.
But you guys,
kasi kailangan amateur lang, ako yun. Just to show up. Representation lang daw ako for our section. So, let's see.
But guys,
I'm looking forward to hearing Mylene's performance.
Oh my. The recording ko, yeah. Yeah, I have a surgery on my finger, and I was playing the guitar. Sabi ko, first time I held the guitar, sabi ko, no, I have to do this kasi, 25 years from now, I don't think I can play it again. So, ngayon na yung last time ko magpe-play. So, sige. But, yeah.
No, but guys.
Hindi rejected.
No, but, one of the things na moving forward na pinaplan talaga namin is, when everything's safer, na again, hopefully you guys can, hopefully we can all do this in person, yung actual reunion natin. And really one of the ideas is to have every person who knows how to play an instrument jam at least one song. So I still think it's gonna happen. I like to be more positive about it. And I usually, like anytime I have a plan, an idea, it usually happens. So I know this is gonna happen. So what I'm saying is, Mylene, keep playing, keep practicing, because who knows, diba? Maybe next year, 2 years from now,
maybe
we're gonna be on stage.
I'll volunteer my kids na lang. Baka mas may talent sila.
No, we're all gonna do this. We're all
yeah,
gonna do
they're
this.
gonna wait for our kids. They're gonna be better, I think.
Well, I'm gonna be playing music for the rest of my life, just so you know. Yeah, and
we'll keep listening.
Yeah, so follow me on Instagram, Czarina del Mar. I'm just experimenting some new stuff. So there's going to be some new music out. And yeah, I would love your support. Thank you so much.
For sure. Again, guys, let's support yung si Ina. Let's support yung CSA Forever .net, and of course like and subscribe pala this sa YouTube channel natin where this is going to be shown. So again guys, thank you so much. This was so much fun catching up. Really nice to see you, and nice to see that you both are doing great. So yeah, thank you so much. Good morning and good night.
Thank you, Mark.